Now, I was upstairs earlier on, sorting some stuff out. Well, browsing through a couple of things, and I was going through my Doctor Who stuff, the DVDs, the audios, and of course the video collection, video stuff that I've got. And amongst all that was this little beauty, the Timelord Collection. My brothers, David and Jonathan, got this in W.H. Smith in Abergavenny back in 2002, I think. Such a long time ago, but I remember that day very well when they got it. Yeah. The Time Lord Collection is basically 3 Doctor Who stories: the War Games, the Second Doctor, Patrick Troughton, the 3 Doctors, which was the first ever multi-Doctor story to celebrate 10 years of Doctor Who, which involved the first 3 Doctors, William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, and John Pertwee. And there's also the Deadly Assassin, which is a 4th Doctor story, and it was the return of the Master, by Robert Holmes as well. So all 3 stories are absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Mind you, the War Games is slightly dragged on a bit. That's trouble with more than 6-part stories. It tends a bit drag on. As you can see over there's the covers. That's the cover for the War Games, 3 Doctors, and Deadly Assassin, which of course it's got the titles down below there. But that's the trouble with this camera, it's always bloody mirroring things, so you won't be able to read it properly unless you can read mirrored language. Yes. There's the one side of the box. It's got, hang on, there's a bit of light shining on the bloody thing. I don't know. It's this lamp thing by here. I don't know if that's the problem or not. But yeah, it's Omega and the Master, 2 iconic enemies of the Doctor. The first 4 Doctors are there. I don't know if you can see properly because of the shining effect from the light. And there's also the TARDISes, well, the same TARDIS as I'm not sure if it's the same one flying around in a straight line, or if it's the 4 because there's 4 TARDISes with it. I'm not sure it's from each Doctor or not. It'd be interesting if it was the TARDIS from each Doctor. And so look, because there's the bottom of it, barcodes and all that stuff. Let's have a look at the story, shall we? Now, War Games is a bit of a bugger to get out. Well, aha! Look at that. That just shows how old it is. Trying to keep this in mint condition. Put that aside a minute. Here we go. The War Games, which is the final story of Patrick Troughton's Doctor, which introduced the Time Lords. Yes. And as you can see over there, Patrick Troughton, and of course, that's Philip Maddock, one of the greatest actors to be in Doctor Who, to play villains like the Warlord. He was also in Brain and Morbius as well, yes. Of course, there's the Romans, is it? Yeah, the Roman Legion in the background. Yes, and there's the spine for it, shown earlier. See a Rassel over there in the background. And I'm trying to sort that. Trying to get this. Of course, there's a double video set, which basically is like 6 episodes. No, hang on. 5 episodes on each tape, because the War Games was a 10-part story. And there's the back of it, which shows, I've forgotten what the word is, but yeah, you get what I mean. Closer look, if possible, without the light shining on the bloody thing. That's it. when I watched the War Games for the first time, I didn't expect to have the monster review, as it were, at the end when the Doctor was being put on trial, because it showed the Ice Warrior, Yeti, Quark, the Daleks, and the Cybermen. And of course, at the time when I first watched this, I was shit scared of the Cybermen. Yeah. The Daleks I just adored, but the Cybermen terrified me. They literally scared the shit out of me. If you ask John Hatch about the first time I watched The Invasion, with the Cybermen come out to the cocoons with the freaky sound effects in the background, I literally ran out the fucking room. Yeah, I ran out the bloody living room because it terrified me. So look at another story. Let's go for the next one. The Three Doctors. It's John Pertwee, William Hartnell, and Patrick Troughton. And of course, that's the black hole. That's to do with the story. Like I said, this story was made to celebrate 10 years of Doctor Who, the first ever multi-Doctor story ever, and it includes, of course, it included Omega, which was a Time Lord legend, a very powerful person. I wonder if Omega will come back. I still got this. Speaking about Omega, I still need to listen to Gallifrey Intervention Earth. I think that's the title. Yes. No. Sorry, Dr. Pepper. But yeah, single video, 4-part story, read by Bob Baker and Dave Martin, I think. Let me check. Yeah. Brilliant. That's the spine. And that's the back of the box. Yes. I like that picture over there, with the first three Doctors. It's a shame that Billy Hartnell wasn't in it properly, because of course he was unwell, because he wasn't very well at the time. You could only sit down and read the lines. I wonder what would have happened if William Hartnell didn't have that illness. Well, if he was well enough to be in the Three Doctors, would he actually be with the other two Doctors in the console room, as in like walking around, just like Richard Turnbull did in the Five Doctors? I wonder if that would have happened. Well, maybe that did happen in another dimension. Who bloody well knows? If I could, I'd get that copy and watch it. Let's have a look at the next. Let's have a look at the final one. The Deadly Assassin. As I said, written by Robert Holmes. Return of the Master. Because there was a huge gap with the Master not being in Doctor Who, because the previous Master story to this was The Frontier in Space. And of course, Roger Delgado couldn't play the Master anymore, even though there was a plan of him killing the Master off and stuff. He got killed in a car crash, sadly, and so somebody else to take over from to play the Master. Peter Pratt played the Master in this, and I thought he played a good Master. I really thought he did. Yeah, the story's 4 parts, hence the single videotape. There's the spine, what it looks like, and there's the back. Yeah. Pretty good. Yeah. So, there we have it, the Timelord Collection. Yes, very good. Hope you enjoyed.